let's get back to the show.
Welcome, everybody. So today on Twitch, our Twitch stream did not want to work when we were first trying to launch. So here we are. This is our halfway point of this game. So if you are joining us now live for the Shattered Lands, welcome. Sorry you missed the first half of this game. This is session 34, in which the group had got back to the city of Kylinium, this kind of city outside of the capital that they had established a base of operations where their ship is, their ties, some of their local assets that they've established are located. They got situated in the city, made quick contact with the Cloud Vipers, and then were able to eat, rest up a little bit, and were joined shortly after by Siguranis, the mage from their home island that has been kind of helping them and guiding them through things, as well as the head of the Cloud Vipers, at least of this local establishment, and his name is Kierdan Lorewinter. They had a little council. They're sitting up in one of the top office rooms in the warehouse itself that they've been using as their base, and they've been discussing the various options for invading this island to eliminate the colored ones, the ones that have taken control over this island. During this, they've discussed many options with teleportation circles and possible short distance arcane gates style invasions, still trying to piece together how to work that. They heard a voice announcing that the major domus of this particular city was going to be addressing the population within the market in 10 minutes time. So that is where we're going to return to our party here in the second half of this. And that is where we will discover what they plan on doing. Do they plan on attending this gathering within the market, or do they send spies to report back what was said? Let's get back to our group. So you guys just heard the voice announcing this meeting, this gathering in the market area. What is it that you guys would like to do?
We definitely should check this out, but this might change plans. We might have to attack sooner than later. I don't know what the rest of you guys think.
If we
Yeah,
are,
definitely.
I will definitely need more spells in this ring.
What do you want?
You hear the sirens announcing the impending discussion within the city going off.
Do you want to
live in a
be
rough
nice, or do you want to be nasty?
It depends on what we are.
Do you really gotta ask?
I mean,
if you want to be nasty, we can give you. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're waiting.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, if you wanted to be nice, you could do heroism. If you wanted to be nasty, I could give you a Wither and Bloom.
Wither and Bloom one seems appropriate for what we are going
I'll
after.
give you.
While you guys are doing that, I'll just mention, if he's doing these talks in every place on the island and not just here, it's going to be hella suspicious if this is the only place where the speaker dies. Like, I know we want to kill them all, but it might put a target on this town if we do it. I say we listen to what he said and take it as that, and then continue with our own plan.
Kierdan will speak up as well as after you say that. He says, in addition, I would venture to possibly suggest that if they know of our actions there were plenty of witnesses who saw at least some of us. I'm not sure about you guys, but there are witnesses that saw us. The likeness of at least a few of us may stand out, in particular, your elven friend here. And I didn't exactly have time to go change. There might be some need for some sort of disguise. I don't know if anyone has the ability to help others do that.
I really don't. I thought I did. I can help you. Absolutely. And I will look at how many people want to do this. How many people are we looking at right now who are looking for new clothes?
I mean, we don't need to bring everyone here. The 6 of us, perhaps. Maybe bring Kay or 1 or 2 others if you wanted.
Okay.
On the outskirts, just in case. That might be in case it is some sort of trap.
The others wouldn't necessarily have to be disguised either. I mean...
Okay. When you say
Luce-
disguise, I mean, facial features I can't change, but I could definitely do something. That might be
I'll take my hat off and just put the cloak up that changes colour and just change it.
Yeah,
And
I
just
can
be
do the same.
Let's not
Lucius.
overthink it too much.
Yeah.
In your head, Lucius,
Oh,
you would hear, well, if you guys really want to look different, I could definitely take care of that, my friend.
Really? What do you have in mind?
Well, if you get fully acclimated with me, as you are, I will allow you to cast a spell called Seeming. It can change yourself, and I think quite a bit of other individuals, to look however you'd like.
Okay, well, let's try it out. Lucia's gonna go like, give me a second, gentlemen. Can you all line up or, get close enough so I can see something?
I am not in that group of people. As I believe my
No,
cloak.
nothing like that. And I'll start waving my hands and I'll cast a spell.
All right. What does everyone look like? As you can choose their appearance. Disguises physical appearance as well as clothing, armor, weapons, and equipment. Make each creature seem 1 foot shorter or taller and appear thin,
damn.
fat, or in between. You can't change a target's body type, so you must choose a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you. And
I'll
this
just make them
lasts-
look like random commoners that look like, normal city ones.
You turned me into an NPC.
I start walking up to a wall.
Harry, check your
What's
knees.
this
Make sure you
exclamation
don't
point
get hit
above
by
my head?
Gara.
in 8
Yes.
hours.
This could be very handy indeed. As I'm looking at
Make sure
myself.
to
Why did you give
Let
Pius
it
a
go.
moustache?
it fits them well.
Did you make me taller?
Of course, I'll make you taller.
Oh no, you just made me thinner.
you were an elf once.
Yeah, but I don't know. Feels weird. This is like something in between. I'm like now 4 foot high. I don't like it.
I probably made him a dwarf.
All right, that's cool.
I'll look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Carrie then. Does this work?
Wow, yes, that should work, yes. Very well. I'll have to learn that one.
Yeah, I'll say in my head to Thoth, like, not bad. You got any other tricks in there?
Who are
Yeah,
you
there's-
talking to?
I was talking in my head.
The other spell I've got for you is more of an offensive ability.
Okay, in due time.
I mean, it's in there if you want to look at it. He'd probably flash you.
Yeah, I was looking at it right now.
Yeah, he'd probably flash you an image of basically the effects of the spell, for you to utilize it.
Interesting.
A bit of my tricks in life came through my abilities in the sword. So Grannis will kind of glance around. Well, shall we make the market?
Yeah, let's show.
Indeed.
Put up. Start going up. I assume we split, so we're not walking in as a group of 6.
Yeah,
Go in
that's a
pairs
good
of 2s. Less suspicious that way, if anything. I'll walk this way, whoever wants to follow, and just take the next road down into the market before we enter.
I will sidle up with you there, Hendrix.
Cool. Nothing to see here, just a human and a dwarf.
Totally normal. Perfectly healthy relationship.
Yep.
Quite the nice partnership.
I will go off in a different direction.
Guess I'll walk with Sagranas.
We left Pios with the Cloud Viper guy. God, no.
I mean, they're both cancer people, so.
The stabbings will be legendary.
Yeah, it's probably the best option ever.
It really is. That's our death troop there. We just send those 2 in. We just watch it happen from a distance.
Yes, they walk straight into the middle of the market then, and they're just hidden instantly.
So I don't have all the tokens generally arrayed of the people, but there are
Wow.
masses of people arrayed in this market area, gathering in crowds. So imagine the market. However, there are crowds of people filling these lanes. Above, you do see at least 2 of these flying black demonic creatures that you had encountered similar ones before, flying up above. And as you're arranging yourselves spread throughout the market, you will spot upon one of the nearby roofs that seems to be kind of set up for this sort of occasional addressing. There is several soldiers kind of arrayed, and a dark-skinned human male with his head is actually shaved, but then he's got a bushy kind of beard, that's kind of dark-haired, but with little bits of gray streaks in it. He's wearing a crimson robe with a purple sash that has various embroidery on it and a couple of marks, some medals on there that you would kind of recognize as to be a sash of his office, his position within the city. The Watcher's map is black. Oh, did I not put that? Okay, hold on. I'll put that in. Sorry, everyone. I forgot to bring in... that's not it. I need something else. And for the viewers, I apologize. We will have that up in a moment. There we go. Is everyone able to see? Yeah.
Looks great. Looks beautiful.
This is actually a map I picked up on Kickstarter a while back from Yarrow Studios. So shout out to him. Not sponsored, not affiliated. Just a cool little map I had, and I was like, I wanted to mark it. Saves me from having to create it.
Big up you, Yarrow. This is awesome sauce, my guy.
Yeah.
So are these market stalls then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like there are some buildings that kind of surround the outskirts of this square, but then it's been set up with kind of like temporary air quotes, like tables with an awning over them. You know, the vendors are within. Then people would like come up to the edges of this area and kind of order what they wanted or take a look at their wares. Everyone's kind of stopped the shopping at the moment and are arrayed as this man walks forward.
Are they the stalls themselves? How high up are they, and how high are the awnings? And are the awnings just a simple cloth that's loosely tied to thin pieces of wood, or is there some rigidity to them?
I mean, they vary, but many of them are similar construction where it's like a frame outworking of it with a little bit of light support just to hold these like kind of canvas,
Sure.
to in case it rains or whatever. They didn't want them to be like super thin cloth or anything. So they're kind of a heavy duty canvas with smaller slats. So it wouldn't probably support a heavy individual, but hashtag little people, maybe, taking it up. I'm using
It's
it.
all good. It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how you want to
We're
use
owning
it.
it now. That's fine. Cool.
So yeah, as you array yourselves, you've got the Domus steps forward, puts his hands out to like kind of quiet the crowd, and he waits as the crowd slowly starts to hush. That sort of, there's a group of people talking, and all of a sudden the person they're waiting for arrives. So it takes them a moment or two to stop their conversation and pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen of the city, it has come to my knowledge that our capital was attacked. Individuals have attacked our fortress plateau as well as one of the armories within the city. We're unsure exactly the full extent of their designs and their damage that they are doing. However, we would urge anyone who has any information or knows other individuals with such design to please speak up. He kind of glances around to judge the crowd itself. The prince has put much effort into the protection of this island since his father's illness has taken hold, and some of that has been set back due to individuals who have attacked and dealt a grievous wound to our fair nation of Helat. He gestures over the center of the crowd, and there, like in the middle, a large illusionary image forms of a female. Hold on, let me pull up the description. See a half elf female with like blonde hair that's cut in like a short bob, light armor, kind of slender frame. Kind of floats and kind of spins so that everybody can like get a good look at her. This individual was captured during the events. She assaulted one of the commanders of our plateau fortress. The others that assaulted the plateau at the same time escaped. But if you are an individual that knows this woman or her associates, please report it to your nearest guardsman, and we would help you get this information to the right people, and you will be rewarded for your efforts.
Does this person have a collar?
The person talking?
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
That's my weakness.
That's my weakness.
Those are died.
Hard to tell from looking through the crowd and looking up at this gentleman. He's got like a robe. His robe kind of has a bit of a high collar, so it's hard to tell if he's got something underneath.
Lucius is gonna grab some like tomatoes off one of the stalls here, and he's gonna get up like back here and toss some tomatoes at the guy.
Okay. Give me a thrown attack roll.
How does that work? Do I do like athletics or something?
Yeah, athletics would work. We could do that.
Sagranus not joining in.
23.
23. Yeah, you throw true, and the tomato goes flying and hits him. Some of the people kind of like chuckle, and you hear one or two cheers throughout the crowd. But above you hear, and you see like this big black figure kind of like turn and swoop down. The guards kind of rush forward as the individual steps back and wipes his face off.
I'm gonna start running once I see the bird coming, so I'm gonna run back here.
Okay. All right. This thing's kind of swooping down. It is chasing after you.
Was that one of ours?
I don't know.
We wouldn't be that stupid, right? We just said we were going to lay low.
Yeah. Brilliant if it was a villager, though.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry for that villager, though.
No,
I
I feel
watched the
bad.
big bird just fly
I
past.
do have a question.
Yeah.
Can I drop the semen just on myself? Or would I drop everybody's?
I think it's a spell that will cut, like, either everyone is on or everyone's off, because...
Is that... Okay, so I wouldn't be able to change what I look at again, right?
No, I don't think
It's
so.
not fluid, it's set.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It is not like a concentration spell, so if you have a different means to change your disguise of yourself, I think you could probably do that and make yourself look different and keep everyone else's going.
Yeah, sadly, I don't have disguise on.
Okay.
I think Lucius is just gonna try to run and get underneath one of the tarps and hide.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. Against Brock's ability to see you.
That's horrible. I got an 11.
Okay.
Can
I'm familiar
I
with this particular monster stat.
can I try and assist? Obviously, I don't particularly want this Baroque killing a villager, not knowing it's a friend. Can I
It's the
use
right thing to
message?
do.
And
Would-
while the Brock's flying down, I just want to use message on it and say, it's behind you. Just so he turns.
All
Just
right.
that gives Lucian a moment where it's not watching where everybody is.
And what did you roll, Lucius, for your...
11.
All right. I rolled with disadvantage, but he's still, with an 11, would still kind of get the idea. And he flies towards the spot where he saw him disappear, and he like lands on the roof of this stall, and that stall starts to cave in, collapsing atop you, Lucius. What would you like to do?
Is it already like in there, like it's a crushing me, or what's that?
It's like on top, and as he lands, you hear the creaking of the
Hey,
support
that's my
structure.
stall!
And then it starts to...
The
It's starting to
building
kind of crunch in.
that is to the right there does have windows.
Wait, that's his stool.
That's my market
You get paid
spot.
for
What are you
that?
doing? There's
It's
no livelihood
outrageous,
there. Get the bird
Look
off of
after your
it.
bloody bird, mate. Look at that thing. It's just wrecking his work. That's his hand. That's his livelihood, you bastards. Come on.
Building would have a few windows here and there if
Can
you
I
want.
miss just step inside of it?
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the window, miss a step, and then hide inside the building.
Yeah. There's a couple people that are like in the windows. They were watching this event outside. They had kind of pulled back a little bit when they saw that there's like commotion going on. But yeah, you could definitely misty step inside the building and kind of disappear there. And this rock's head will kind of crane down as it comes down and not see you. It starts like looking around wildly and takes flight a little bit as it's attempting.
The people that are in the same room when I miss a step in, I'll go like.
Yeah. So as he's looking around, I did roll a natural 20 for his perception check. So he does notice as he's like taking flight and starting to curl up, he sees a commotion. Like he sees people in this building dispersing more than others, and swoops back around and starts like diving back towards this window here, trying to figure out a way to get in.
I'll start shouting. That creature's gone mad. Why is it attacking the people in the building?
You hear
Look after your pet, mate. Look, it's a shambles. It's an absolute shambles.
the Major Domus will speak out, his voice like being amplified as it was before. Citizens, please disperse to your homes. Apparently, we have commotion here. We will look into it and take care of it. Any information, again, please report to your nearest city watch. And he starts walking away.
Well, are we going to help out that NPC or what?
Well, I'd like to think the birds are going to protect that guy, right? Do they follow suit when he leaves, or is he still on the building scratching it up?
The one is definitely staying there. The other one that's flying up above just kind of circling, but at a very high level. Hasn't dived down, but is kind of keeping an eye on his fellow just in case something happens.
What's going to happen? It's mad, that.
Shall we'll swing past, obviously not go past it, but just have a look, see who was the one that threw the mark.
My question now is, when people start leaving, can I use the crowd to try to like get advantage to like blend in and leave? Kind of like Assassin's Creed, you know, when you get in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could try to use the chaos to your advantage. So if you want to make another like stealth check or performance check or something like that.
I rolled a 9.
It's one of these occasions where I really wish I'd given you Bardic Inspiration like forever ago.
I should have given myself guidance, but not that it would have helped much.
Well, I actually rolled an 8 for his perception check, so you're able to kind of move into the crowd, and at least for the meantime, it seems to have lost your direct location.
Yeah, if possible, I'm gonna put my cloak over my head and change it to purple from green.
Okay.
And once I get out and I make my way over to the next building, I'm pretty much going to go around and go here by the Badger.
Okay.
Actually, the Badger's with me, but I can't move.
That's fine. I'm just going to go to that spot like I'm just somebody who walked in.
Should be able to move the Badger.
No, I can't.
So weird.
Yep.
Are you on as a watcher? Is that what you're using?
No, I'm using myself.
Okay. Well, that is a technical difficulty we'll worry about some other time, but whatever. Yep. He's going over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we head back, Randy? Yeah, I agree.
By the way, did we notice who that girl was that they had shown in the...
I want to say that was our guide.
Yes, that was Valkyrie.
Oh, shit.
If that's our guide,
yeah,
we should follow her and help her out. Before she's gone.
I'm
Also, could be a trap
way.
to lure us out.
Yeah, when the
Well-
main guy quit talking and started like
Mhm.
walking, I'm gonna like find out where he goes and then start following him.
Okay. Give me a probably a couple rolls here. They'll need to be stealth, and I would assume I'm thinking like perception if you're following him through
Yeah.
the crowd and watching him, as he and these soldiers, and they're on a second level floor, so they end up walking into another building. But if you are going to circle around and attempt to
Yeah.
pick that up, we'll use those rolls.
I'll roll perception first
Okay.
because that would pretty much determine where they're at and stuff like that, and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. So, 18.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to pick them up. It's not too tough. I mean, they're ushering him through the crowd, but they
Okay.
stand out.
And then I'm gonna just kind of blend in and kind of follow him from a distance.
Yeah, so just give me a stealth roll just to see how well that works. Okay.
27.
Okay.
I've
That
got
works. Yeah.
And I've got my cloak up. Apparently, when I have my cloak of elven kind up, anybody that's trying to follow me gets disadvantage on their wisdom, on their perception. Wait.
Either way.
Yeah,
it's
they have disadvantage.
27.
I have advantage.
They don't spot you. They usher him away, and eventually leads to a compound kind of area. It's has like iron gates around a small-ish, I guess, not small, but it's not like a large fortress. There's like iron gates around like a palatial kind of estate sort of thing. There's green grass grown in this area, trees here and there, kind of manicured hedges, a few statues here and there, and almost like a marble palatial almost house here within the city. And the guards kind of usher him into the gate and shut and lock the gate. A couple stay at the gate entrance, and he goes in with one of the other guards.
So the whole time I was following him, did I see that he had a collar around his neck?
You can give me a perception check. Say possibly with advantage, just because you've got time to.
I've already got advantage on that
Okay,
skill, so.
fine then. Don't take my advantage.
Well, I mean, if you want to give me double, but I know that's impossible. I rolled a 23, though.
Okay. Yeah, as he's moving through the crowds and he's entering this area, being ushered through, you will spot the gleam of a metallic collar underneath. It's hard to tell, if it's got the runes on it or anything, but I mean, it looks of the same design as far as you can tell.
I'm going to hang out for a while and kind of scope out the area, see if I can find any entrances that are not the main gates and various things of that nature, and also keep an eye out on like guard rotation and stuff like that. And then eventually after all that, then I'll go back to our warehouse / secret base.
Meanwhile, what is everyone else up to? Probably
Thinking that everybody stuck to the plan, I'll suggest me and Randy loop back round and head back to the warehouse.
Makes sense to me.
All right. So you guys loop back to the warehouse. I would say you'd probably get there with, Socrates, the Cloud Viper. When you first get there, I think Lucius is not currently.
Yeah, I will wait until everybody leaves, and then I will come in from behind.
Yeah. Eventually, Lucius will arrive, but when you get there is no Pios. Or whatever
I'm like,
his disguise look like.
He didn't throw the tomato, did he?
No one. Like I told you, none of us would be
Yeah, but-
stupid enough or irresponsible enough.
Yeah, what he
to
said.
actually do that.
Just-
See?
I'm just glad that there's other people in this village and town that don't like them because it makes it easier. Or at least,
Yeah. But I mean, he is enigmatic, so I mean, I could definitely see him seeing a tomato and being like, "That's a rock." You know, it's just a red one, and it's a bit juicier. So maybe this one comes pre-bloodied. You know, I'm
pre-bloody.
getting inside his head. I'm getting inside his head. But yeah. So what, is he dead now, or do we go and find him, or?
I'm pretty sure he'll be back. I mean,
Anybody else, I would say yes and yes. But it's not anybody else. So let's give him a look at...
8
I won't
hours?
even go for the time. I'll look at the sun outside. You know, how much daylight have we got?
I mean, we're still. It's like it was about lunchtime, so it was like a little, maybe a little after
He'll be back
at
by
this point.
dinner time. Like, he's not going to sit up wherever he is. If he's not back by dinner time and we've had some food, then we'll start worrying.
I'll put out a message in Halfling, but he only speaks gnome. That's not going to work. I'm going to put a symbol of drawing a cake inside a shoe, and I'm going to put a big smiley face underneath it and just put that in the middle of the street. And I'm going to do that using my... No, I'm not going to sacrifice that. I'm going to use that with one of my other candles that I have.
Okay, just out in front of the warehouse, or
Oh, no. Like at the edge of the square.
okay.
Yeah.
Market area.
I'm
All right.
assuming the rock have gone at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I would figure
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
You wait till
Yeah, no.
it pass, and then you go.
That guy's like 30 foot away from me. I'm casually doing some street graffiti. No big deal, bro.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Cool. So the three of you are in the warehouse with Sigranis and the head of the Cloud Vipers, Kirdan. What is it you three are doing other than leaving little secret messages to Pios in the street?
I will ask the motorbike guy. I will ask the Cloud Viper guy. Sorry. Did you recognize the woman they showed in town?
Well, I believe that was the one that was your guide, the one that was the leader of the Iron Oaks in this area, if my intelligence was correct. Matched the description, anyways. The Valkyrie Mentharis, I believe was her name.
indeed.
Good. And if you know who she is, there's no stretch that other people will know who she is, and then we'll know. And
Yes,
I mean, people will know.
I would also venture to say that, depending on these individuals and given the extent of what you're saying, that they have demons that are actively protecting them, even here in the city, she may not last long if she is to be questioned about her safe houses and such. So they probably will discover that our group originated here and that this warehouse is probably not very safe any longer.
You're right. Definitely.
Shit.
I think Randy's got some spare candles. We'll get him to put a light out.
Does
Yeah.
Did she know of other of your holdings, your ship that you guys came in perhaps, or other things?
She never saw the ship.
Okay.
No, but did you ever talk about it?
I
Didn't we
don't
make plans
particularly
at-
remember.
Yeah, not around her. We did around the leader, but not her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's something, at least. That leaves your ship might be safe, or I could possibly put you up in a safe house within the city if you desire, at least for the meantime. However, their current search pattern will be narrowed to the city if she and Win, I suppose I should say, she gives up that information.
Yeah. There's definitely the potential to become a hotspot if we can't
Yes. So,
protect her, or if we can't protect her. Yeah.
But isn't that exactly a great thing that they're going to come into the city? They're going to send all their forces, or a portion of their forces, away from a place we'd like to go into.
precisely, that could be used to our benefit. Does
Might be a time to be where they're not.
Yes, I think finding a new safe house, perhaps even in a different city, might
I
be the
agree.
way to go. One that preferably is not easily tracked back to you guys. Maybe somewhere that you haven't been before.
If you can, you work on the docks. Have you got anything that needs taking to Dalen?
Could perhaps arrange that.
We could potentially cargo ship it over for you, if you have the papers, of course.
Well, Dalen doesn't really operate a major port, but we definitely have carts that could head in and out of Dalen. Or we could send a ship around to Marinas, the northern port.
That might be-
You could go to the northern side.
Yeah.
We could
It's a little further away from Pylumen, but that might even be a good thing. Give you guys some space to work.
definitely until we hear from our troops.
Yeah.
All right. I'd assume you're taking your own ship there. I could come with if you liked and get with my contacts over there. Or I can
it
send
may
you
just
with
be-
info.
It might just be enough for us to have the bill of lading and the goods and yourself on there, and for us to look as if we are heading to Marinas. We would, I assume, have to go through Pylumen anyway to be able to be saying we're moving on to Marinas afterwards.
With it being a military capital, do they allow ships to fly straight over? We may have to go round.
I mean, unless you're going to dock, like Randy, I think, is saying, there are docks that have been established there. Not many, because it is not a major port, but there are definitely the royal barges, a few private docks areas that we could utilize. But if you try to fly directly over, they would take probably some precautions, some military escort.
I'm just thinking about us playing the game and to play out the time that has been allotted to us. Right now, they are going to know we are here.
Yeah.
And then they are going to know we are not here because they will have checked here.
Mhm.
If we stay ahead of both of those steps, by A, being in Pylumen when they think that we're here, and then being in a better position within Pylumen, away from our ship, deeper within, by that point, we've made our entry into it.
Landing with an airship, even with fake documents, would at least provide a trail of someone leaving this city and entering that city.
I have a weird idea.
Oh, please do.
Obviously they have her and they're gonna question her. It's gonna lead to this place. Can you find some people in this city they look like us and pay them to dress like us and stay in here, and they can be our decoys.
They would be killed.
I mean, there would be question. Obviously, when they talk to them, they could be like, "Somebody paid us to do this." They're not gonna kill them.
I feel that's bringing in unnecessary casualties. Like, more people.
I just said it would give us a chance that like they find these people, they look like us, they're gonna capture them. They're like, oh my god, and then they're like, okay, this is the wrong people, and by then by the time they get back, it just gives us a chance to hit them. I don't know. It was an idea, like I said.
I mean,
there's no bad ideas.
I could find someone, I'm sure. There's many people who owe me some favors or large debts whose family would want to not be lost.
The more the scumbag they are, the best.
That might be harder, but you never know.
Oh, I was just saying, at least I won't feel bad if a scumbag gets killed. So.
I mean, I have a few shop owners that owe me large sums of money who's, would do it just so that their family didn't disappear. But it just depends on how much you're willing to allow that to be part of your tactics.
That's up to you guys. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but at the same time,
I'm just looking at the timing of this. We order Theodosia in. She'll be 3 days, right? 3 days. It's going to take us 1 day to get to Pylumen. It'll take us another day to integrate ourselves into the palace. It'll take us another day from palace to find ourselves to a position of power. By the time we do what we do on that 3rd day, that's exactly the moment that they'll be arriving to actually make sure that the larger threat is taken care of. If we can attend to that small piece, find the king, remove his power, take away that collar, and force him to, well, not even force, just show him what's happened to his kingdom, we'll have him on our side. And with him, we get his army.
Do you want to infiltrate and use our armies almost as a distraction?
No, I'm saying that once we infiltrate, there's going to be a demonic response. This is clearly a place where there is a large seat of many demons. I don't know, man. I've been chased by, it seems, 1,000 flying, beaked, ugly old men. It's not a good time, man. So if there are more of them, we're going to need an army to stop them. Okay? But what we can do is ensure that the human mortal aspect that belong to Halat are then on our side and are working under the king's orders.
And to do that, you want to find the sick king and not make him sick anymore.
Another dumb thing. Maybe we can get somebody to make some fake collars.
Hear that? Another dumb thing. Now, was he talking about your idea or his last idea?
That reminds me, you got to take out some of this trash.
I know.
No, I was just thinking maybe if we go over there, we can wear like fake collars to get into areas because I imagine nobody would question somebody with a collar.
Only the people that matter would question, and in the capital, there might be more people that matter that not. I think I like the idea of infiltrating the capital, especially the same day that everything arrives. Even that alone, the chaos will be enough for us to help slip past. We could find out where the king is and maybe get him out. I don't know. I don't know his condition. I'll turn to the Cloud Vipers. Do you have any more detailed information on the king's condition, or is it he's just locked up away?
No one's seen him in 40-ish days or so. Even my spies have not gotten through to him. They're told that food is brought up to a room within the palace, one that would seem to match where the king's normal location would be, but no actual sight on him.
Okay.
So, are we planning on taking your ship in again? This might track directly back to the city and then alert someone that you guys are within the city. There is the farming village of Karos, not far away. Could perhaps land nearby there somewhere and procure a cart or something and travel in the city that way.
That sounds quite a nice possibility. Especially if yeah, I could hide the ship in some of the mountain area if needs be. I have it just yeah. I'm worrying too much about the ifs and buts. Like,
I mean, the other thing is if you like, we could send someone with your ship to Marinus after dropping us off, or dropping you guys off, and from there allow them to dock with papers and cargo, and thus the ship would have left Kylinium and reached Marinus, and they wouldn't have to know that several of the people departed.
I like that idea. Sagranis?
Yes.
Fancy coming on a boat trip up north?
Might as well. This place seems to be not going to be very hospitable very long. You want me to take the ship to Marinus or join you in Karos?
Exactly what I was thinking. Worst case scenario, then you're just a call away.
All right. Protecting your ship, not necessarily leaving it in the hands of someone you don't know very well. Kind of gives a side glance over to
Definitely weren't even thinking of questioning leaving my ship with a thief guild.
Could you open a transportation portal inside the ship? Gate or whatever, the scroll? Can it be done in a ship?
It might be difficult because it's a moving...
Oh, I'm just asking if it's parked.
It has to be done on... I think it has to be on land, actually. I think.
I was just thinking that if the ship is parked, maybe the portal can be done in there, and then the troops can just come out of the ship and
I think it's because you're moving between time and space. The points. I don't actually know. I'm gonna be quiet because Hendrix wouldn't have a clue what the fuck he's going. He just dictates something he's read out of a book before. It's like, I do believe the points in time must be fixed and not in motion, as it may rip apart the body as it transfers through. It's what I heard in the bar somewhere, anyway.
Okay, well, I mean, I wasn't thinking while it's moving. I just was thinking while the ship is parked. Instead of going to a random place near the castle, it can always be done inside the ship. And that way we can get a bunch of people inside the ship. And then when we need to attack, we have them there. What's an idea? I don't have the best ideas for that.
I mean, if the ship is stationary, I don't see why
that's what I meant.
Spell wouldn't be able to work, as it were. That is definitely an option we can pursue. So Theodosia, I know, is rallying as many men as they can. Whether she's ready to embark and get here right away, that may be hard to tell, but
if I could leave that with you, Sagranis, as I'll signal the ring is fresh out until tomorrow, and I feel like time is the essence with this one.
Of course, yes. When making a report, I wanted to have an idea of what you guys were up to. So we take you and the ship with a bill of transport from here to Marinus,
Mhm.
along with whatever goods our fair friend here wishes to get into the city of Marinus. Meanwhile, we drop you somewhere near Keros, along with your Cloud Viper friend here, and he can make whatever arrangements for you to get into Pylumen from there, and I can relay messages as best I can between you guys and Theodosia.
Perfect.
Now we just need Pios to get back so you can prep, but perhaps we should start a group loading your ship so you can leave post-haste.
I think you're right, especially after the market. So obviously they're moving as well. They managed to get out here to the edges of the island.
I think Lucius is gonna, like, he's leaning to a wall for a second, and then, like, in his head, he goes, you've been hearing all this. Do you have any ideas?
Well, I mean, I'm never opposed to making deals or perhaps even finding individuals and slitting their throats, but I don't know. This is different warfare. I'm used to going against demons directly, not, walking around in the shadows.
So you good at fighting now?
I mean, I was. I am now as good as the one who wields me.
Okay. Oh, I was just asking because I remember I had mentioned something before about giving you a go. If that was to happen, you still interested, or?
Oh, I mean, I could have some fun.
Okay, just if I do that, make sure I come back in one piece.
Do my best.
While this is all happening, I'm just like nudging Randy, going, "Have you noticed Lucius like just randomly drifting off the last few days?"
Yeah, no. But did you not hear that last bit? He's talking to his sword. Like everything about that, he's talking about his sword. That sword is talking to him. He's got a talking sword or he's gone mad.
I'm leaning
What?
towards mad.
Why? You have a cloak that can make you look awesome.
Yeah, but I don't talk to it.
No.
He was a little bit like this before this sword. What sword?
Yeah, but that was because of the whole, that's a god. You know what I mean? Like, it's difficult, isn't it?
I think it's just a phase.
I don't think it's a phase. If it was a problem,
Yeah.
we
Your
would
ass
have.
solved it.
We would have. Check out my hook, or my DJ revolves it.
Waka, waka, waka.
You'd probably also notice that the sword that he had found now appears to be held in his hand as a spear. And it's... he's holding, like, this shaft of dark, like, stone-looking things with cracks that almost look like almost magma glowing within, and a spear tip that is a little bit hotter looking as it is as well.
So wait, his sword has transformed into what appears to be a dripping hell spear.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You know what that is?
I
That is a
don't
bit of
think
red
it's the
flag.
spear. Like,
It's not the spear.
like
Flag.
I've got a weird sword, and
Oh
it
yeah.
doesn't talk to me.
I think while they're talking,
How's your
he's
sword
just gonna
weird?
look at
How's
them.
your sword weird?
I'm gonna get a drink. You guys need anything?
No,
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I have a fried egg smoothie, thanks.
He'll just. Boop.
All right,
No,
meanwhile,
no, wait, hold on. How's your sword weird?
You not noticed it stops the blood from getting on me when I kill things? It like
And how does it do it? I just need to hear you say the words. I know what it does, but I need you to feel like you can just say it out loud.
well, it sucks the blood in so it doesn't get on my clothes. So
It sucks the blood in. You
Well,
good
yeah.
with that, son?
what? has never spoken to me or anything. Like, I've never talked like that.
Okay. All right. Listen, you feel like even a moment compulsion to actually just stab me with the sword because of some dark malefic influence, or elephants, them too. Watch out for them malefic elephants. But try and resist it, yeah?
Urges from elephants and no, not yet. Not from them two, anyway.
I understand, like, you might just want to stab a geezer. That's fair. That's fair.
Meanwhile, Pios, you're out in front of the local Major Domus's estate. You see there are dozens of soldiers that are kind of patrolling the grounds herein. And they I mean, you could probably track their general patrol pattern as guards kind of do, walking back and forth in these various elements. There's not a lot of cover. I mean, there's like manicured hedges, but they're not tall. They're like maybe waist high to a human. So, I mean, for someone like you, little people things, you'd be able to kind of sneak in places, but it would be tough to get through unseen to the building itself. It doesn't appear to be other entrances. Like, it's a wrought iron gate that's about like 12 feet tall that kind of runs around, but you can see in to the estate. Like, it's not solid. It's got openings, and yeah, it's so it just depends. Like, then there's not really buildings super close to it that are tall enough for anyone to like easily jump over the fence. So I don't know what other information you're trying to gather.
It seems like all the servants and whatnot go through the main gate.
Yeah, it would appear that the main gate, like, there's only one gate. Like, you kind of do a little circle around casually, checking out the whole thing. There seems to be one gate that goes in and out of this estate. There's probably an area in the back with higher hedges. Not super close to gate. There's still a gap there that like guardsmen kind of patrol, like on the grasses, but you can see there's like a squared out area in the back of the estate that seems to be higher hedges to give more privacy to those who are, out there partaking or doing whatever.
Does it seem like I still have the illusion up? That
Yeah.
Lucius. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and see underground if there's a way in.
Okay. So you go like find the nearest sewer system and okay. No problem. Give me perception I guess can work there.
Okay. I'm making note of everything too, so 17.
Okay. It takes you a little bit to find like a sewer opening, but eventually you would indeed find a sewer opening. And give me I don't know. I'm thinking like an investigation check probably to try to ascertain the possible location of this.
Cool. No clue in the freaking idea. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, I mean, you look around for a little while, and it's just really tough to kind of get a proper bearing of this location. Yeah, I mean, you wander around for a little while, and turns out you can't find
Yeah.
a direct path in, whether there is one and you just don't know it, or they decided to not leave easy underground access to the mayoral palace of this city.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What time of the day is it at this point?
I mean, depends on how long you wanted to sit outside observing. When everything went down, it was shortly like afternoon. So
Oh,
I mean, I
okay.
figure you probably spent like an hour at least checking the guards and getting a lay of the
Yeah.
land. So you're in the 1 to 2 o'clock maybe range.
Oh, okay.
But the seeming lasts for 8 hours. So it depends on how long you decide to stay away from your party, them not
Yeah.
knowing what happened to you, before you decide you wanted to head back and
I
check
think
in.
at one point in one time, I'm going to follow one of the servants home. Preferably one that Randy would be keen on.
So you're gonna head back. What about Randy would be keen on?
I'm gonna follow if there's a servant switch. I'm gonna follow one of the servants home.
Okay. So you're gonna
And-
hang out outside till there's
Yep.
like a servant change.
Yeah, and then whichever one that I feel that Randy would be, most attractive to, then I would follow that one home.
What's your definition of most attractive to? Like someone that Randy would hit on, or
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
okay.
The 60-year-old, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what so far, what would Randy, what in Pios's mind, I guess, is the ideal candidate for a Randy like conquest?
Somebody feminine, somebody that's well kept, somebody that looks like they are higher up in rank than, say, bedpan cleaner.
Okay. How long would you wait before you decided either no one's going to come out or it's not worth the wait?
I think Pius would hang out until the evening time because he knows that the shish kebab place has really good shish kebab at night.
Okay.
And he's going to swing by that place after he gets done and get a whole bunch of shish kebabs for dinner.
Okay.
For the group. Because what he had for breakfast wasn't the correct place.
You asked for meat on a stick, okay? That's what you got.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Pios is apparently sitting there for hours. So what is everyone else going to be up to?
21,
Lucius,
by the way.
Cool. Lucius, you walked out of the room. What is it that you were aiming to do, or just were you?
He just wanted to get like a drink and something to eat for a second.
Okay.
And then he would come back, and he would probably be watching the other two because he saw that they were like talking and looking at him earlier. So trying to figure out what's going on.
Anything you guys are looking to accomplish while you're missing a party member?
Sagranis, is there any way you can put some knock scrolls together, or at least ask Theodosia to maybe bring some with the fleet?
I mean, yeah, I gave you guys a few of them, the ones I had on me. They do take some time to create. I could maybe get another one or two maybe between here and Marinus, or here in Keros, I guess. Depending on what time we leave. But for sure, Theodosia, I made aware the knock
Perfect.
use, so she should be gathering what she can gather now. The stores of knock spells aren't exactly, floating around everywhere, but, maybe a dozen more or so should be coming with her.
That's good.
It's a start.
Definitely
Something.
a start.
Should I send your other friend a message or something to check
Can
on
you
him,
do that?
scry, or...
Yeah, that would be a good idea. He probably got
Hey,
lost.
we don't throw him off. He might be busy. Listen, guys. He might be socializing.
He might be killing somebody's pies. He might have found a Goliath trying to hit him with a
You're
rock.
right. We should give him his privacy. So, Granus, let me talk to you more about the knock spells. And as I bring him over, I'm like, scry on him, please. Make sure he's not dead. And I'll sit him down at the table.
All right, yeah. Pios, can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Yep. $21.
All right. He kind of glances over at Hendrix, like, he's resisting any attempt. I don't know what he's up to, but I was not able to break through.
That bastard.
I'm looking at Sagranus like so surprised. He blocked your spell. I don't want the rest to hear, obviously. I'm not.
I mean, there's even limits to what I can do, and I did not exactly come with full regalia. I'll have Theodosia bring some of those other items.
Okay.
It's
Are
a
you
ground smash.
still able to send him a message?
Oh, that I can do, of course, yes.
If he's resisting, then he must be at least alive and fine. He
There's
doesn't
that.
want us to know what he's doing. That's tricky.
Yes, I
Let him
will.
know we plan to leave out at first light,
All right.
or even in the evening tonight.
Pios, you would hear in your head the voice of Sagranus come in. Pios, I'm not sure where you got to. We plan on leaving on the airship tonight or first light.
Would I know to respond back?
Yeah, I mean,
You
Been
can
around
respond to
people
this
sending
message.
you can respond to this message.
Information gathering diplomat will bring good dinner home. Do not eat.
He'll relay to Hendrix.
He's out hunting.
Oh, how'd you know that?
Sagranus sent them a message, just advising him that we were going to go.
Tyrannus.
Well, we plan to leave, and if he's not back or somewhere stuck, we may need to grab him.
That's fine.
But he said he's fine and on his way back, so why don't we start packing up? I'll light a candle in the window and a letter for the resistance, letting them know that this place has been compromised. Because obviously that door out back isn't going to stay a secret too much longer if it leads to them. that's that covered. Pack up our stuff, go with the Cloud Vipers to the docks to then look at the papers. Do we want to speak to our dock contact at the dock as well?
Do we? Do we need to? For the bill of lading and pick up our goods?
If for that, he's the quartermaster. Is he the quartermaster?
He's the assistant dock master.
I knew he had a title, I just couldn't remember what it was.
Something amazing about having a title that has the words assistant and master both in there, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can go back to the ship, prepare to leave, and what was the name of the ship at the moment? Something Tulip, Tallulah's Tulip.
I believe so. Yeah.
We can
Tallulah Tulip on dock 83.
we can head to the Tulip.
That seems like that was definitely the song title from something in the top 50 in 1950.
I can see that.
Would have worked. Yeah, would have worked.
Yeah, right.
All right. So sorry, Pius. What was your perception check one more time? For the 21 or something, Pius.
Yeah, it was high. It was high.
It was a 21.
Okay. 21, I think. Yeah.
Who is? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah. So you would there's several individuals eventually leave, but it's not till like 5 p.m. sort of basic time.
Makes
you know,
sense.
like
Yeah.
sun is starting to drop. It's still up, but it's starting to drop. You see a group of servants go in about that time.
Mm-hmm.
Then probably like 20 minutes later, you see a group of servants coming out. Among them, there's several males that look a little less refined, more like cleaner type clothes. You like, you spot out of them 3 females. There is a older looking tiefling woman with like teal skin and like little kind of shorter horns that kind of poke straight up. Her graying hair braided back nicely. She's in nice clothes. And all their dress seems to be fairly similar. That same like crimson color that the Domus was wearing earlier. There is a probably early 20s human female, and there is a halfling female as well. Darker skin, hair kind of pulled back in, like braided into like almost like a bun sort of thing on top. Again, dressed in that same dark purple. She's probably in her later 20s. All of them seem to be equally, like similarly dressed, so it's hard to tell exactly what they do or whatever. But yeah.
Pius would probably follow the halfling.
Okay. Yeah, you follow the halfling through the streets. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. 29.
Okay, it doesn't matter what she rolls. Yeah, you follow her back to like an apartment kind of area. There's several like small homes, essentially like apartments built in, probably like 6 or 7 blocks from the palace area. You see her kind of take this set of stairways to kind of zigzag up the side of this building. And on the 3rd floor, she goes into a door that you can spot up there.
Okay. If it's got a number or whatnot, I make sure to get the number and
Okay.
the look and the make and all that other fun stuff. And then look around, and am I close to my shish kebab shop?
I mean, you would generally get the idea of the direction and the pathway to get there. So,
Okay. So yeah, I
sure.
stop on by and grab a family
The family
size,
pack.
family pack, yeah. You know, most
See this fantasy setting where it's
and-
like, KFC style. Like, here's your family meal.
and it's mostly going to be, amazingly enough, it's mostly going to be vegetables on the stick. It's like
Mhm.
mushrooms and peppers and onions and tomatoes and some squash and some eggplant. And then,
Okay.
and then there are a few meat skewers. So, but not many.
I'll serve with like sides of jasmine rice and
Yeah, and
saffron sprinkled on top.
mm-hmm.
All right, there you go.
Tzatziki sauce, olives, whatever.
And as you pass through the
Pita
market,
bread.
you see, in like pink wax, this shoe dripped onto the ground of it with like a cake inside of it. But eventually you make your way back to the warehouse.
Okay. I sneak in like I always do.
Would you guys have remained in the warehouse till about 5 in the afternoon? So I would have been like probably sitting there for 4 more hours, or
I feel, we would have packed up, made sure we'd got everything that was there gone. But just
He's
trying
dead.
to not leave
He's
her.
dead. We need to move on. He's gone. We need to just accept it. In war, we lose for people. It happens. I'm gonna miss him the most of all. Let's just. Oh, hello.
What are y'all talking about?
The warehouse.
Bill Bradsky was a
I-
guy I knew.
I have food for everyone, as well as information.
Come on in.
Share, please, both.
Yeah.
I go up to our little place that we have food, the table. And
I've
whatnot.
just cleaned up there.
It's like a never-ending chore.
You do have spells to clean that up, right?
Oh my God, I do.
You do.
I could have.
I've been doing this for an hour. I instantly
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
I open the boxes with the shish kebabs and whatnot and start opening everything.
all right, you guys have your food there. Yeah, Kirdan and Sagranas each grab some food too.
Well, Sigranos is like grabbing food. I think it's just was sitting next to him real quick. And he'll be just like a low tone, tell him, what do you know about devils?
He'll look at you like, kind of like surprised look on his face. Well, I know that they are notorious for making deals, not always in the favor of those accepting it, and they're usually not to be trifled with. Why?
I was curious, what the relationship is between them and the demons?
They tend to be at war with each other. One favors order, and the other favors chaos and destruction.
Cool. All right, thank you. And then he'll just go to his food.
He'll look over at you and he'll glance at your almost glowing spear. That's an interesting acquirement of yours I hadn't noticed before. Where'd you get that thing?
You should ask Pius, he found it.
So Pius, what is it? You relay things then? Do you?
Yeah, I tell them about the diplomat, about he has a collar. I also tell them about the movement of troops and whatnot, guards, and then I tell them about the special little halfling lady that could possibly get us in when the time comes, and it particularly is favorable to Randy.
Why? Why is she favourable to me? What? Describe it to me.
She is a halfling of pleasurable looks and build, and seems to be not a shit shoveler. She seems to be working in the higher form of being a servant within the establishment.
Hold on. Shit shoveler. How do you know that term?
You do not shovel shit for animals?
Oh, you mean the act? No, sure, that's a different thing. Okay. No. Weirdly, I'm not that fussed about profession or class. Don't just end up with some.
I had a feeling you weren't. That's why I did not choose one of those for you.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I figured you could manipulate her and get us inside if we need to go kill this guy.
Okay. I worry that your plan of infiltration is relying upon my charms because it means that hell has frozen over.
I could not find a sewer entrance at the present moment, nor did I figure that Lucius could ever get through a guarded gate. So that was my plan.
Wow. I'm thank you for making me a third choice. I look over at Hendrix and give him a wink going, last place, chap.
At least you're on the list.
I made the podium, mate.
I mean,
I could have just flown over the gate, but no.
Me and Hendrix could easily get in, but, that's why I did not include Hendrix in the...
Oh, okay. Back to dead last then.
Yeah, just give me that shovel, mate.
Okay, fine. Let's go find this woman who I will make fall in love with me because I'm just so damn cute. Is that your plan?
I mean, if not, I could break her legs and she could squeal.
No. I'm just asking if that's the plan then.
Oh,
let's go.
That time I asked if you ever made someone squeal, that's what you meant. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
It's a form of punishment in some countries. You put a block in between their legs with a shovel.
It's like you're doing everything right and then you just do a hard left turn. You had the block between the legs, you were lined up, you're talking about shit shot, and then you turn it into torture, man. Like, you're right. You're two sides of the same coin, I swear to God.
How else would you get information from people that refuse to rather die than, give you information?
Yeah. You can make people die 1,000 deaths if you do it right.
I mean, I do not have the magic to get inside their heads. So you have to make do with what you have.
I get it. I mean, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. All right. It's a good plan. And I'm glad you're alive, honestly.
I mean, why wouldn't I be alive?
For
some reason, every time I die, I'm always with y'all.
Well, you haven't died yet. You just went down.
True that. Oh, by the way, I got the sword from a fire beast of some sort.
Oh.
A demon. I do not know exactly what it was. But it was from his loot chest.
I mean, the giant sword that you pulled out, is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, that's what Lucius has now.
I mean, if
He's
you
got a
would
spear.
like, yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't
it's
look
not-
like a sword.
Not that. What happened to your sword?
It changed shaped.
Interesting.
Say more. Say more now. Say more.
It's a magical weapon after all.
Are you turning into a demon now?
Nah, not yet. I
Do
don't have
we-
a tail, so.
Do we need to take you out?
Insight check.
No. I definitely don't want you to take me out anywhere, Pius. I'm scared what you're gonna do to me.
I mean, kill you, of course, if you're turning into a demon. I mean,
Oh,
isn't that
Thank
obvious?
you. I appreciate that.
Would you
This
like
guy
me
can't
to?
turn into a demon. His dad's a god. Right?
That would
His
definitely make family
Well,
reunions.
he's
hard.
not a god. He's a
Oh,
higher being. He's close to us. He's a celestial
mean,
being.
What I saw
That
of him,
sounds like
he
backtracking.
yeah.
What-
I heard that backtrack as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
he's
a
not
god,
me,
he says
you
for a year
know.
ago. I said, oh no, actually, he's just a higher being. He's god adjacent.
I mean,
But
what
it's as close
I
as you get.
saw of him
Pretty sure
and
make fun of it still,
understand, he acts much like Randy's dad and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I would
Randy's
appreciate
gonna
it.
get
We'll
up and
move
walk out
this
the room at
talk
that
along.
point.
Should we start taking things to the ship?
Randy's
Where are we
taken
going?
some stuff and walked out the door and is heading.
I'll then inform Pius of the plan to move towns, as this place has now been compromised because of the floating head in the market they've captured. Was our guide, and she knows this place, so it's only a matter of time before they break her. We plan to stop off on.
I mean, I could probably
Charis.
sneak into the palace and kill her if you would like me to.
No,
It would
I
stop her
wouldn't
from
like
talking.
you to. I look back to make sure to everyone else, make sure I said that clear. Like, yeah.
So no
if
shoelaces.
we find her, we can hopefully save her. 'Cause
Oh,
we're the
no shoelaces. Fine.
good guys.
We can.
We're the
do
good guys,
that.
right?
I mean, you have to do what you have to do to save the world.
Pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Glad I
don't
missed
save
all
the
this
world,
conversation.
then you don't live.
And I think with that, you
Yeah.
guys, you guys are able to, you leave the warehouse, taking whatever goods and items that you desired to gather up. Probably during that time, most of the warriors that had gone in the raid have kind of dispersed out into the city, returning to their own locations. But now, Kirdan and Sagranis will go with you down to the docks. Kirdan will peel off and talk to Kay, who will scatter around with some of the other thieves that she had nearby to go gather up some goods to begin loading the ship, which you guys oversee, prepping the ship to depart for Marinas by way of Keros. And I think that is where we will end today's session, and we will return in 2 weeks' time for the next session, as I'm out of town next week. But yeah, in 2 weeks we'll come back and we'll see where you guys end up going from there. Thank you, all of you amazing players, for joining me, making me laugh today. Thanks to anyone who joined us live for the second half, since Twitch did not like our stream at the moment. Everyone was having issues on Twitch this morning. So we will try to upload that video as soon as possible so that the first half will be available here on Twitch.
We can all
And then you'll
understand.
get some of the inside jokes about the hashtag little people things. But yeah, thanks, and join us for those. Join us tonight. There's another game, Back to Ballinway, session 2. So if you see this, you have time to go watch session 1 on our YouTube. It's edited to try to eliminate some of the gaps, to try to get things as fluid and quick for you guys to contain, plus some clips on our YouTube and our TikTok from that game. So join us for that, and thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Good
Peace.
night.